Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, the city gathers for an emotional dedication at Seaside Heroes Park. We'll take you there.
Then these residents have ideas about improving bicycling in the South Bay. We'll tell you how these ideas may soon become reality.
And we'll show you how a car company is helping jumpstart the city's economy.
Plus, we'll introduce you to Torrance residents who are talking transportation. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thanks for joining us. Here are your top stories. The long-awaited Seaside Heroes Park is now open, and an emotional dedication ceremony brought out the community. Reporter Alex Polanski takes us there.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming.
The Seaside Heroes Park honors heroes. In particular, 3 local heroes, Corporal Joseph Anzac Jr., Captain Matthew Ferrara, and Corporal Micah Gifford. All 3 fallen soldiers grew up in Torrance.
Sadly, you have heroes like this that have taken and given their lives for our country, and here we have this opportunity to honor these 3 young men.
I thought a park bench would be lovely, and this is just amazing. To say I'm blown away is an understatement.
Hundreds of people gathered from far and wide for the unveiling. Among those faces were family, friends, residents, veterans, as well as fellow soldiers. James Daly and Ryan Ammerman traveled from Alaska to attend.
Being one of the only members left in the same unit that he was in at that time, I really wanted to come down and honor him and his family.
It was really sweet to hear those 2 fellas talk and tell stories of Micah and how they learned to love him and how he had actually, one of them said he changed my life. So it was it was unbelievably wonderful.
Emotions were running high throughout the day, especially for members of the search party for Corporal Joseph Anzac Jr. Seeing his name on the wall left many with mixed feelings.
Kind of anger, pissed off, but I mean, stuff happens, I guess.
For me, as this being a park, and for me as a hero park, it makes me proud that I could know that somebody do care for us and who we are and what we've done for our country.
And after 6 years in the making, the end result is a triumph for the community.
It was a community effort, and as you can tell with the turnout today, the whole community was interested in this park, and I think that out of a tragic event, it made something good happen.
He used to cut through this field before it was a park, and he would be so jazzed.
I just love it. I just love it. It's a wonderful idea. The last day that we spent with our son before he went to Iraq and was killed was in a park like this. And then now to have his hometown do this so that other people can read about him and read about Joseph and Matthew is just very moving. We love that.
The stories of these men and others are reminders of just how close our heroes are to us and why it matters that we set up parks like this, have armed forces parades, do what we can on Veterans Day to celebrate and remember them.
The 1.2-acre park has a children's play area and walking path. Seaside Heroes Park is located at 22851 Anza Avenue between Mendora Drive and Sharon Lane. If you'd like to make a donation to the Memorial Wall Fund, or if you'd like to purchase a Seaside Heroes Park t-shirt, call Melissa Wright at 310-375-3772.
Ben, here are some highlights from the most recent City Council meeting. Jim Sheldon was honored upon his retirement. Sheldon began his career in 1982 as a civil engineering draftsman. He held several positions in the Community Development Department, dealing namely with building safety. And Council recognized South High School's varsity football team. The team made it to the CIF championship for the first time in 53 years. South High School was defeated in their game, but clearly displayed great skill throughout their winning season. The city's Ethics and Integrity Committee created the city's Code of Ethics and Integrity, but with 3 of its 5 members resigning, Council decided to dissolve that committee and create a new one, the Election and Candidates Ethics Committee. The two remaining members of the Ethics and Integrity Committee will join former Mayor Dee Hardison to serve a 9-month term. The new committee will handle the ethics policy of candidates running for municipal office.
The city has joined forces with the South Bay Bicycle Coalition on an updated bike plan, and they hope an improved plan will encourage residents to use 2 wheels rather than 4. Reporter Alexa Sita takes us to their public workshop.
The main objective of the plan overall is to connect all the 7 cities that we're working in. And those 7 cities are El Segundo, Gardena, Hermosa Beach, Lawndale, Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach, and, of course, our very own Torrance.
Locals gathered for the public workshop where they learned about the proposed bicycle master plan. Different signs and maps helped explain the bike path's development. Some signs even ask which community members might actually use it.
Are you a strong and fearless type rider who will be out there on the road no matter what the conditions? Or are you a no way, no how? Hopefully we don't have too many no way, no hows.
Residents marked a map showing where they live and work. The coalition will use this information when they consider the most convenient and safest location for new routes. Planners also hope to make routes continuous through LA County, since many start then abruptly end.
So in the end, we're going to take a lot of these cities, a lot of which already have an existing bike master plan, and we're going to provide some connections and linkages in between each of the cities, hopefully motivating people to get out on the road a little bit more and actually use their bike as a form of transportation.
Coalition members and city officials were on hand to answer questions and receive feedback, because whether or not you like to ride like the wind, the coalition wants to hear from everyone.
We're looking to them as experts in their neighborhoods to tell us what should be there, to tell us if they're cyclists, what are their challenges, or if they're afraid to get on a bike, why is that and what can we do to make it better. So we really need full participation. We want to hear it all, the good, the bad, the ugly.
This is a great way at the grassroots level to see what do people think, and this is exactly the way we should be running the city of Torrance. I'm so happy to participate.
We need the support from the community, desperately need the support. It's well worthwhile though.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Alexa Sita.
Thanks, Alexa. And for updates and more information on the South Bay Bicycle Master Plan, go to southbaybicyclecoalition.org. And later in the show, we'll tell you about another city gathering where residents had the chance to talk about all forms of transportation. Coming up, residents downsize while helping the Torrance YMCA.
That's coming up after the break. Now here's the current temperature outside.
Are you playing a dangerous game with the future of America's citrus? It begins when you move a citrus plant. You could be spreading a disease that can kill our citrus. Move a citrus plant, and you could be helping citrus disease to take its toll. On its own, the disease can't move very far. It needs help to do real damage. In a car, an infected plant can travel hundreds of miles and kill acres of citrus trees. Move a citrus plant, and it could be game over for our citrus. Now it's your turn. Help protect America's citrus. Don't risk citrus. Don't move citrus. Learn more at saveourcitrus.org. A message from the USDA.
Is this really mankind? Hi, I'm Tiffany Thiessen, asking you to please check the label before you buy meat or dairy products. Look for cage-free eggs, free-range poultry, or grass-fed meat. Better yet, buy products that are American Humane certified, animal welfare approved, or certified humane. To learn more about responsible food choices you can make, visit eathumane.org. I'm not asking you to be a different person, maybe just a better one. Some local residents had a productive Sunday recently. They were able to recycle difficult to dispose electronics, and they were able to raise money for the Torrance YMCA. Reporter Amy Davis has this story.
This material is garbage and people aren't going to use it anymore. It's about being responsible consumers.
I dropped off computer monitor, old 21-inch color computer monitor nobody can ever use anymore, and about 20 cell phones.
From 20-old cell phones to broken light bulbs and dusty television sets, all are welcome for drop-off. Making it more convenient for the recycler, the Sims team comes straight up to the cars and grabs the electronics from the drivers. Then the driver is free to go.
I saw the ad in the newspaper, and I like to get my recyclables to where they need to be so they're taken care of correctly.
Drake is a committed recycler. She has even driven more than 20 miles out of town just to recycle her electronics.
This is so convenient. It's right in Torrance.
While recycling your old electronic devices is a great way to get rid of old junk, it's also a serious safety precaution.
Many of your common household electronics can contain hazardous waste, but of all, the most dangerous is the LCD screen television because they have mercury bulbs in them, and if not disposed properly, they can leak into your water supply and harm your animals.
Mercury is an extremely toxic substance you don't want to have any direct contact with.
Hendrickson says that fluorescent light bulbs and batteries contain mercury as well, and old television monitors can contain several pounds of lead, and if the glass screen is broken, they become instantly hazardous.
Now half of the states in the country have laws banning disposing e-waste in the landfills. It's a great start because these substances cannot sit in a landfill because they will absolutely contaminate the environment.
Hendrickson says if you want to have them recycle your electronics, you don't have to wait until their next collection date. You can call Sims Recycling Solutions to set up an appointment, and they come right to you. For Torrance City Cable, I'm Amy Davis.
Thanks, Amy. And for more information on Sims Recycling Solutions, call 310-604-0200.
Earlier in the show, we told you about the South Bay Bicycle Master Plan. Well, bikes aren't the only modes of transportation that interest residents. Reporter Leah Uko had the chance to talk public transportation at a recent meeting.
Members of the Old Torrance Neighbors Association want to reduce traffic in the city. They came here to talk about transportation, ways to create it, ways to provide it, and ways to use it.
There are too many cars on the road, and I'm one of them.
Let's Talk About Transportation is a three-part panel discussion with one purpose: revamping the way we think about transportation. South Bay Bicycle is adding more bike lanes throughout the city. They want to bring childhood obesity and community health to the public's attention. Their representative, Jill Crump, says bicycles take up less space on the road and in parking lots. For those not keen on bike riding, there are other options.
12 of them will be expansion buses. I'm going to talk in a minute about those, and 8 of them will be replacement.
Jim Mills is the administration manager for Torrance Transit. The city's 40-foot gasoline-electric hybrid buses use half the fuel required for vehicles, condense the number of cars on the road, and ensure transportation for everyone. A bike and a bus are two different ways to get to one destination, but both have something in common. One thing important to creating an efficient and economic-friendly public transportation system is the road, and city officials are looking to expand on them in order to reduce heavy traffic. Engineers from the Public Works Department are executing the Del Amo Extension project.
Del Amo Boulevard Extension, there's a missing segment currently between Crenshaw Boulevard and Maple Avenue. So the Del Amo Boulevard project will construct the missing segment of Del Amo between Crenshaw Boulevard and Maple. And there's an existing segment of Del Amo between Maple and Madrona Avenue that needs to be widened and slightly realigned. So the project will accomplish that as well.
The project will take almost 2 years to finish. This won't be a problem for Wambui Magwa, who's putting her car to rest to save money.
I will not have to pay for maintenance on my car as often. I will be able to make better use of my dollar will go farther when I'm riding a bus than just riding my car.
This is even better news for Councilmember Tom Brewer.
The whole goal of the City Council and the Transportation Department is to get more people on the buses in the city.
OTNA's volunteer president Todd Hayes is glad everyone has this information, and he wants all residents to remember one thing.
Keep spreading the word. You know, we have some very good, viable alternative transportation options here in the city.
For Torrance City Cable, I'm Leah Uko.
Thanks, Leah. And for more information on these transit changes, go to the city's website at torranceca.gov.
Well, we may like to bike, ride, and walk, but California is a car culture. A new dealership is banking on that as they help reinvigorate Hawthorne Boulevard. Reporter Carolyn Vong explains.
After a several-year absence, the Hyundai brand is finally making a return to Hawthorne Boulevard with a new dealership set to open its doors in February. For years, Hawthorne Boulevard has been known as the home of car dealerships, but when the auto industry took a downturn during the recession, car sales in Torrance also took a big hit, forcing a handful of dealers to close.
As businesses leave and the street looks so dreary, you think, God, you know, when is it going to change? And you know, times have been tough, and I think with new businesses coming in, it's showing that times are picking up and things are going to get better, and you know, it's looking good.
Slow auto sales doesn't just affect the car dealerships, it also hurts the city's sales tax revenue. In 2010, new auto sales generated about 15.6% of the entire total.
Unfortunately, in the last 2 years, it really took a big dip because of economy being bad. People weren't buying cars as often, and so it went down considerably, much less than it has been. You know, the fact that it's a percentage of the whole number went down too. Sales tax in general in the city of Torrance went down significantly.
But now, the return of a major car dealership like Hyundai brings hope for more businesses to reopen in the future.
We're really excited because we've done a lot of work all along Hawthorne Boulevard to attract new businesses. So the fact that Hyundai wants to relocate there is a real positive sign. It's more like the renaissance of Hawthorne Boulevard. We see this as just the beginning, and we have already had a number of other dealerships now inquire about locating on Hawthorne Boulevard.
Hyundai is currently the world's 4th largest car maker. City staff project that the new South Bay dealership could make between $150,000 to $200,000 annually. This would also mean more jobs in Torrance.
The fact that they're moving there, this Hyundai dealership is moving to Hawthorne Boulevard, could potentially employ between 50 and 200 people over a period of time. And this is the kind of things that you need to prime the pump, as they speak, in the economy. In the car dealership world, similar to other kinds of retail sales, when one large company decides to locate in an area, other companies that are similar decide that they want to be there to compete with them.
I think it's exciting. I think it's going to help us a bunch. You know, over the last few years, it seems like it's just dealerships that have been leaving, so having a new one come in and someone like Hyundai who's got a great product is going to help definitely the economy in Torrance, and it's going to drive more traffic, I think, to them and us and give people better varieties.
Whether it's from a government standpoint or a competitor point of view, it's safe to say that South Bay Hyundai is welcomed as a good sign for Torrance. For CitiCABLE 3, I'm Carolyn Vong.
Thanks, Caroline. And for more information on the new Torrance dealership, go to HyundaiUSA.com. Coming up, if you are engaged or about to make that big commitment, we'll tell you how to have the ultimate wedding experience.
And did we mention that it's all free? We'll bring you the details after the break. Now here's your 5-day forecast.
Hey you, yeah you, sit right there, I gotta tell you something. I bet you know someone with type 2 diabetes. Guaranteed, you know why? Because 1 out of every 3 little kids is gonna develop diabetes in their lifetime. This can lead to heart problems, strokes, and even blindness. I'm John Sally, and I'm telling you, it ain't gotta be that way. Now you can up your defenses by eating more fruits and vegetables, having more vegetarian and vegan meals. These steps can be the power plays to protect you and your family against the risk of diabetes. Learn more, go to blockdiabetes.org. I'm kidding.
Okay, guys, ready? Here we go. Let's smile and brush our teeth twice a day, every day. Let's smile and floss our teeth once a day, every day. Let's keep that smile a happy place on your face with good nutrition and dental visits. Let's smile. Let's smile. Let's smile. Let's smile.
I saw so much potential when I married him, but now I'm worried. I think he's drinking way too much, and he gets really mad when I say that. I'm feeling pressure from money problems. I feel trapped. Our family doctor told me to try AlAnon family groups. I'm starting to see my situation in a new light. If someone's drinking bothers you, you might find help at an AlAnon family group meeting right here in our community. I found support there. You can too. Call 1-888-4ALANON or visit alanonfamilygroups.org.
Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and if you're thinking of popping the big question, you should also think about entering the ultimate wedding experience. The Torrance Marriott is giving away a wedding at their hotel, valued at $50,000. Now, the grand prize includes venue, catering, music, flowers, and photography. Couples need to fill out an application and explain why they deserve to win. The deadline for application is Monday, February 21st. To enter and for all contest rules and restrictions, go to ultimateweddingexperience.org.
And next week, Jen and I and the entire This Week in Torrance news team are headed back into our studio, where you can expect to see some exciting changes and a brand new set. Until then, I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Jin Chun. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.